We have seized more than $5.7 million worth of drugs from a sophisticated methamphetamine, fentanyl, and cocaine production lab that was being operated out of a Northwest Calgary residence. In July 2021, the service identified 2 suspects that were believed to be engaged in activity consistent with drug trafficking. After an 8-month-long investigation, which included the collection of a significant amount of evidence, investigators executed search warrants on 2 properties in Chestermere and one residence in Nolan Heights earlier this month. During the search of the Calgary residence, officers uncovered a sophisticated methamphetamine, fentanyl, and cocaine production lab. Many Calgary Police Services and RCMP units were involved during the execution of the search warrants to ensure there were no safety concerns inside the residences and that evidence was properly preserved. Investigators seized a significant amount of methamphetamine, fentanyl, cocaine, and other drugs from the residence. Our officers also located 2 firearms, both equipped with silencers, and hundreds of rounds of ammunition. 2 individuals were arrested at the Calgary International Airport. Daniel Hang, age 39, and Edric Padua Balmez, age 30, both of Chestermere, have been charged with 3 counts of production of a controlled substance, 3 counts of possession of a controlled substance for the purpose of trafficking, 1 count of possession of proceeds of crime. It is extremely concerning that a drug production lab of this scale was operating in a residential community. Aside from exploiting those who are most vulnerable, drug trafficking attracts unwanted and unnecessary violence to our community. This was a significant seizure for our service that should directly impact the safety of Calgarians.
I guess first question is, how big of a dent will this put in the street trade?
This is a significant size seizure. This is a lot of street drugs, and as it trickles down, it would be used by a lot of people. I think that if you look at the risk that this presents to the public and the use of it, these are potentially lethal substances when ingested. Alberta government has recently reported that more than 1,700 people died of opioid-related deaths last year in Alberta, with an upswing of about 33% in the final 2 months. If we project that forward, I think it's reasonable to suggest that those numbers would be higher this year. If we can stop this from getting down to the end user, potentially we could be saving lives with this.
I was going to just ask, could this save lives?
Yes, I think ultimately, these substances do target a vulnerable portion of the population, and they're at risk of death when they ingest this. If we can prevent that from getting to them, I think that could potentially save lives.
Could the homes be seized under the proceeds of crime bill or law or whatever?
There is a potential for that. However, that's a separate portion of the investigation. I don't know if that will actually happen or not.
So you said that they were arrested at the airport, both of them?
Yes, that's correct. On the day we were going to execute the search warrant, we observed them go to the Calgary International Airport, where they looked to be boarding an airplane. They were arrested in the airport prior to boarding that airplane. At this time, there's nothing to suggest that that was an effort to avoid police arrest or otherwise.
Was it an international flight?
It was an international flight.
Can't say where it was going.
I'd rather not.
Where did the cocaine come from? Is it connected to an international drug ring?
I think it's difficult to say specifically where it came from or that it's attached to a specific organized crime group. Obviously, these are significant amounts. This is not a first-time production lab that you're seeing here. It's more sophisticated and producing a high volume. It'd be challenging to say that it is related directly to organized crime, but I think at this level, obviously, this is not personal use. This is purely for profit.
And there's a wide variety of these things, and just from taking shots of them, you can see that the things that people talk about as being the most dangerous thing of this crisis we're going through right now. So how does it make you feel to take this off the street?
Well, I feel great about this. This is a great victory for the Calgary Police Service, and I think for the community. As I've said already, I think that this is likely to prevent harm to the community. So this is a victory.